Hi, this is David with David's Tutorials, and welcome to course number 100 in my Building Websites with David tutorials. In this particular video, I'm going to introduce you to all the basic concepts you need to know in order to build a website. Now, these are just the basics. These are not the details. It's the broad overview. There are three main things you need to have a website, to build a website on the internet. And those three things are: you need a domain name, you need a place to host your website, and you need some content on that website. And those are the only three things you need. And I know that sounds really simple, but it's a lot more involved than just that. Let me go into some of the details on these three items, and we'll cover all of these three items in more detail in future videos. Now, number one, you need a domain name. Now, this could be anything that you want that is available. We'll cover this in a future video. And it's something like Facebook.com or Amazon.com or yourname.com if that's available. This is a domain name. Now, what a domain name is: something that you can understand and readily remember in order to type it into your browser. You can buy a domain name from a domain name registrar, and there are many of these available, and I have a recommendation that I will talk to you about in a future video. In addition to having the domain name, you need to have a place to host your website. Now, your website, it consists of nothing more than computer files. And these files contain information, they contain instructions on how to show your site visitors what they see on their browser. Now, these files have to live somewhere, and they live on something called a server. What happens when somebody types in the domain name, it goes through a bunch of computers, and it goes to that server who receives this request for your website, and then it serves up all this information in a form that the browser can render for the visitor to see. So you have to have a host that will be the server for your website. You can own your own server. You can hire it from somebody else. Now, most people, when they build websites, they hire it from somebody else because there's a lot involved in maintaining a server. You have to have a whole bunch of software running, and the people, if you rent hosting from these server companies, they do all this for you. Now, in addition to having your domain name and having the server to host your website, you also have to have content. And basically, this is, once you have all the mechanics in place, you need to have something to serve to them. And this is really nothing more than the text on your website. It is the images on your website, and is the instructions for not only how to show them on the website, but if you want some interactivity, it will be the instructions on how to handle that interactivity. So basically, that's all you need for the basics of building a website. You need your domain name, you need a place to host your website, and you need content on your website. Now, I've been building websites since 1995, and I will tell you this: the first two elements are really not that difficult. The most difficult part of building any website is getting the content and putting it in a presentation that is appealing to your site visitors. And we're going to cover all of this in some future videos. Now, these future videos, I'll be talking about domain name registrars in course number 130. I'll be talking about website hosting and some of the software you can use in number 140. And I'll be talking about the fundamentals of how to set up websites in course number 150. So if you're not already a subscriber, you might want to go right now and click that subscribe button and then the bell icon so YouTube will notify you whenever I post another tutorial right here on David's Tutorials. And if you enjoyed this video, if you thought it was helpful to you, please give us that thumbs up, and that'll let me and the YouTube robots know that you enjoyed the video, and they will recommend it to other people who are searching for this same thing. Also, don't forget to leave us a comment in the section down below to tell me how you like this video. I answer all comments, at least I have so far, and I will, as much as I can, continue to do that. In any case, I want you to have a great day, and I hope you are learning a lot more about how to build your own website. Take care, everybody.